Okay. So it is Saturday. Yeah. It's Saturday, November 12th, 2011. 2:14 in the morning. And I've decided that, because I don't watch the news much. Like, I used to all the time. I used to watch, local news and try to stay up to date and all that. And I'd read the local paper and all that stuff. For just as a, I don't know, a concerned citizen. But I've, my hometown can kiss my ass. So I kind of gave up on the news. But one thing I do is I read. I'm still up to date about sports and everything. And it was either 4 days ago, 3 days ago. I mean, it was a week ago that this got really started making waves, but over in the past few days it's just blown up like crazy. There's this university that has had a good, they're still pretty good football team in the, I guess, 80s, 90s, I don't know, before my time, kind of. So that university is Penn State. Well, that university is now, like some people say, in the middle of probably the biggest college sports scandal ever. I don't know if I'd go as far and call it that, but it is big. But it depends on who you ask. I'm sure if you ask somebody that goes to UNC what was the biggest thing, and some ignorant person, like somebody at UNC that was a freshman in '09 would say, oh, it was the football, the football players receiving, benefits in 2010 and they couldn't play. No, that wasn't. They'd say that, but that's not, but it just depends on who you ask, who the biggest scandal is. I think the Penn State thing is hitting new levels, but I don't think it's like that's what I'm actually getting into, is I'm not going to call it scandal yet. See, one thing I know is that this Jerry Sandusky dude had access to kids. That's all I really know. And that he did work for Penn State University. That's all I really know. As for him molesting kids, it's rumored, it's alleged. That's why they're called alleged victims. But I can't, and neither should anybody else except for these people themselves, testify to it that it happened or didn't happen. So that's why in this, however long this video is, I won't refer to him as a pedophile or a sex offender, because I know I'm going to get shit for this, because people are going to be ignorant and think what they want to anyways. You are innocent until you're proven guilty. So with the whole fair thing, fair, the justice, that's the word, damn, and due process, he is still an innocent man. So with that said, let me go on a little talking spree. So apparently back in 1999 is the first reported something. I guess there's 8 victims. Like when I read this a little bit ago, I had seen 8 victims, so I'm guessing they think there's more. Long story short, he had in the reports is that he showered with boys. Most of them were in between 12 and 13, but I guess the youngest was 8 or something. I don't know. I didn't really read about the ages. I just figured it was a dude molesting boys. And you want to know, my first thought was, oh, it's a Catholic priest. And then I was like, oh no, wait, Notre Dame hasn't joined that conference. I'm kidding. No, but a few things. I mean, I'll make jokes about the whole situation too. Like, I mean, the biggest joke to me, and this isn't like a, this is more like a direct thing, is if he was so good at defense, why can't he defend himself? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, like if this Jerry Sandusky, I hate all these motherfuckers' last names because they're just weird. So like, if this Sandusky dude was this great defensive coordinator, how come he can't stand up for himself? Why does he hide behind his attorney? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say about him. As for the coach dude, Joe, I don't know why they call him. I think his last name's Paterno. If I get it wrong and I keep referring to it wrong, sorry. I'm not a Penn State fan. And don't say, oh, well, you're not a college football fan if you don't know him. I know he's a winning coach. I don't know his damn name. I mean, I know his first name's Joe. All great people share that name, right? I mean, I know I'm great and I'm Joe, but my last name's not Paterno. No, anyway. So, this dude, people at Penn State love him and around the country hate him. Or, it's mixed. People are saying he could have done more and he didn't, and other people are saying he did what he was supposed to. I don't even care. I mean, I don't even. Part of me says, yeah, he did what he was supposed to. He's fine. And then part of me says, yeah, he should have done more. I mean, so it's one of those things that I don't really. Do I think he deserved to be fired? Now, no. When this happened, like, if no, I don't. I mean, then yes. Now, no. Yeah. It's 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Okay. So, the other dudes that I've seen the names are like, I think there's a dude named Curly or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know his story either. I didn't pay attention to him. I really only looked at the sports related people, like the coaches. I know the president. 2 people resigned who had charges, who were, I don't know what it was. They were like charged with like not coming to the police, but then Paterno and another guy weren't charged, but they both lost their jobs on the same day. The one dude resigned, and then the other dude, and then Paterno was fired. And that's the one thing about Paterno's firing, is that I don't agree with his firing at all. I feel that Penn State right now has a huge black eye. They just got their ass beat by the media and America, the opinions of millions of Americans. Well, I'm gonna say educated Americans because dumbasses don't count. So, and if you want to call me a dumbass because I don't seem to know anything, that's fine. But I'm just saying what I feel about this shit. All right, so. Like I said, they got a black eye, right? A black eye won't kill you. I mean, now I don't want you to think I'm like saying, oh, they should just ignore this. No. Like, when you get a black eye, like, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. I was going to say, pretend you're like 2 8-year-olds fighting. I mean, that's what Sandusky would want to see. No, I'm kidding. Okay, but seriously, pretend you're a kid and you just got your first black eye, right? And you went home, right? Like, I'm talking back in the day kind of fight. Like, it was after school, you lost, you went your own way, right? I mean, and it's swollen, it hurts like hell, all that crap. You're gonna put ice on it, right? So you don't just ignore it, or I mean, you get a black eye, you don't really just ignore it. Now, on the other way, there are idiots that will embrace the black eye. Like, oh man, I got this because I beat this kid. Anybody in the Penn State, like alumni, current student, anybody related to Penn State that tries to make a profit or something or anything off of the scandal right now, they're the real people that need to burn in hell. Because, I mean, if you try to make a profit off of 8 alleged sexually abused children, you're pathetic. But I mean, you know, so what I'm saying is that, you know, Penn State, you know, in 100 years, will this be, if you say Penn State, will somebody think of this? Yeah. Do I like to think that it won't be the main thing that comes up when you say Penn State? Oh, hell yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't really have any tie to Penn State, but, you know, right now I don't have a tie to any college. But if I went to, well, no, I went to Wake Tech for a little bit. Let's say this happened at Wake Tech. I mean, it's sure as hell not a big school at all. But let's say, you know, it was a big school and something like this happened, and, you know, and I went there, and, you know, I would not be ashamed to have a certificate of whatever degree I got with the, you know, graduated from this and this university. No, because a sexual abuse case in the athletic department, I mean, it doesn't take away credentials from the academics at all. I mean, some people may think it does, but it really doesn't. It may take away money because, you know, I mean, money's going to be lost in every which way for Penn State because of this. But, you know, what I'm saying is, I think that, yeah, this is huge right now, and it'll always be remembered, but it's not going to be, I mean, you know, shit. Ask somebody my age about, like, the Baltimore Ravens, and they'll just be like, they'll say some shit about, oh yeah, they used to be, you know, they won't even know about the Baltimore, like, how there used to be a team in Baltimore that got, like, moved out, and how it pissed a lot of people off, and how the guy did it all in one night, like, that shit. They don't even know about that. I mean, I didn't even know about that. I mean, you know, yeah, I learned about it, but, you know, and just, like, in the future, people will learn about this Penn State thing. I mean, you know, or, like, when, it'll be like Virginia Tech, when somebody says something about Virginia, you know, oh, you ever hear about Virginia Tech? You know, you'll have your average Joe, yeah, say, yeah, it's a school, you know, it's a university. You'll have one person say no, and then you'll have other people say something, and you'll have somebody, the probably learner that sits in the corner, laughing, and then you'll say, why are you laughing? And they'll say, and this really dark voice, creeps you out. That's where the worst school shooting happened, and you'll be like, oh god. But you know, I think there's one group of people in this whole Penn State thing, besides the kids themselves, that are getting that are probably, like, stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I say the kids are stuck between a rock and a hard place because, I mean, they are. I mean, you have to sit there and think, was it easy? I mean, it took what, screw the one that happened in 1998, but the investigation into this Sandusky dude, and I ain't even going to talk about that, because right there, that should have told you that, I mean, if you investigate dude once for it, why would it be an option to happen twice? I don't know. But it took the kid, what, I read, like 10 years to come forward with, you know, That isn't surprising to me, but it's also one of those things that I sit there and say, it's sad that that's how, you know, pedophiles are, that they scare people that long. But it also makes me think that as much as people say pedophiles are stupid, and they're probably really smart people. Like, because damn, not only do they get what they want, for the most part, most of them get away with it. I mean, dumbasses don't get away with crimes. Not really. Except for OJ. No. So, you know, I think the kids on the football team, like, they gotta be like, good lord, like, you know, some of them, like, cause think about it, they're playing Nebraska, like, later today. If you were on Nebraska and you wanted to hit these guys a little harder, do you think you would? You know, to because you were mad about what the hell is going on? I mean, yeah, you might. I mean, so what I'm saying, you know, they're kind of gonna get they're gonna get a little bit of it. I do think the timing is kind of weird how this all happens right when they don't have a game one week and then right before senior day the next week. You know, I was joking with people and said that Joe Paterno would become the Jacksonville Jaguars' new head coach. We'll see how that goes. Probably not. He's too old. That's what my mom says. I don't really care because I'm not a Jacksonville Jaguars fan either. I just know they're going to fire Jack Del Rio after this season. But you know, I just have been reading like numerous sports columns I was watching a video of Herbert on Family Guy he's a pedophile. But he's a portrayed character to be a pedophile. It's not like it's a real show, and if you don't know what Family Guy is, good Lord help you. But for real though, he's like a portrayed pedophile, and I was watching a video, right, and then like the top comment is about Paterno and McQuarrie, which when I first heard that name, I didn't think it was a real name involved in this. I thought it was just an insulting name towards somebody, but it's a real name. He's now on leave, so he won't be back. And about him, I don't know why people are threatening him. If he saw it, he at least reported it and he took the stand. That's more than Paterno did. I mean, that's more than anybody else did. Other people are like, oh, I would have stopped him. He was, a grad student? And the other guy's like, just because, I mean, I'm not even going to say anything, but if he was molested, if McCreary saw Sandusky in the shower, you know, having sex with a kid, if I was McCreary, I wouldn't attack him in the shower for two reasons. If I'm not gonna, I don't fight sheep, so I'm not gonna attack a nude dude who's, you know. Also, wouldn't you be showing that kid the wrong message? I mean, because the message is supposed to be, if you don't feel comfortable, say no, not if you don't feel comfortable and you went along with it and you're not saying no to get violent. That's not to let somebody else step in and get violent. That's not really how it works, but you know. But others think that McQuarrie should have done more, just like everybody else. And you know, all I'm gonna say is it looks like everybody wants to point the blame and everybody wants to make a stupid comment about it. That's cool and all, but just like this video that I'm making, I ain't gonna do a damn thing. But let me leave you with this thought. Gerald Sandusky has allegedly, molested 8 boys. We as Americans, millions of Americans, bystanders that have nothing to do with this, have molested his name and the name of the Penn State football community. All because, what? We want to say he's guilty or he's innocent, or Joe Paterno did this or didn't do that. It's not our place, but whatever. I guess molestation goes both ways.